Hello friends, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Professor Shweta Singh from Department of Hotel Management, Bhagat Phool Singh Women University, Kanpur Kala, Sonipat, Haryana. In this module, we learn about internal environment, which is an important topic for hotel housekeeping. The learning outcomes of this module will be that after completing this module, the students will be able to understand the concept of internal environment in a hotel. They will be able to know about the standard noise sources and noise control in a hotel. They will learn procedure of air conditioning and odor control. As an introduction, I will say the major responsibility of any hotel is to provide the guest with optimum level of services that ensure the satisfaction of its guests. The guest stays in a hotel for pleasure, convenience, or for necessity. For corporate travelers who spend 25 to 50% of their nights in the hotel rooms, peace and quiet is crucial to healthy sleep. The housekeeping department have to manage all the functions in a hotel that directly or indirectly influence the guest stay and have to manage and bring solutions for problems like noise, humidity, conditioning, unpleasant odors and lightings, etc. As a noise, we will say noise is a sound that is loud, unpleasant, unexpected or undesired. A disturbance, especially accidental or persistent disorder that obscures or reduces the clarity of a signal. Noise is random, undesirable electric energy that enters into the communication system via the communicating medium and interferes with the transmitted message. The National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health, NIOSH, has recommended that all workers' exposure to noise should be controlled below a level equivalent to 85% decibels for 8 hours to minimize occupational noise. Induced hearing loss, employers to implement a hearing conservation program where workers are exposed to a time-weighted average noise level of 85 decibels or higher over an 8 hours work shift. In India, OSH, that is Occupational Safety and Health, permitted exposure only limited to 115 decibels. Sound is measured based on an amplitude and frequency of a sound wave. Noise is most commonly discussed in terms of decibels, while pitch describes the frequency of a sound and is measured in hertz. An average speech ranges up to 65 to 70 decibel scales. Heavy traffic generates sounds to a 90 decibels, where a human being can bear sounds up to 140 decibels normally. Now, when we go for the classification of the noise, we will say first is external noise. The source of this noise is external. External noise cannot be reduced except by changing the location of the receiver or the entire system. External noise can be classified in atmospheric noises, which is caused by lightning discharges in thunderstorms and over natural electrical disturbances occurring in the atmosphere. Solar noise and cosmic noise and man-made noises or industrial noises produced by such sources as automobiles and aircraft ignition, electrical motors and switch gears, leakage from high voltage lines, fluorescent lights and numerous other heavy electrical machines. As internal noise, we can say noises which get produced within the receiver or communication system. It can be easily evaluated mathematically and can be diminished to a great degree by appropriate devices. Now we will discuss about the sources of noises in hotel. Tackling the noise issue would be top on the most hotel management lists, and management has to bring solutions for this with the engineering department. Guests' comforts and satisfaction can be affected if a hotel is unable to find out the sources of noises in and around the property to mitigate the effects. We will discuss about the construction activities. Under construction activities like mining, construction of bridges, dams, buildings, stations, roads, flyovers, they take place in almost every part of the world. As far as transportation is concerned, large number of vehicles on roads, aeroplanes, underground trains produces heavy noise, and people get it difficult to get accustomed to that. Regarding social events, we can say family parties, get together, conference meetings, etc. Maintenance and repairing activities in hotels. Daily routine activities in hotels such as noise of vacuum cleaners, noise in kitchen, communication on high pitch among guests or hotel staffs. As far as social events are concerned, family parties, get together, conference meetings, etc. They are maintenance and repairing activities in hotels, daily routine activities in hotels such as noise of vacuum cleaners, noise in kitchen, communication on high pitch among guests or hotel staffs. If we talk about the impact of noise, loud noise can also create physical and psychological stress, reduce productivity, hearing loss, interfere with communication and concentration, and contribute to workplace accidents and injuries by making it difficult to hear warning signals. Less satisfied guests and number of guests in a noisy hotel, problems in communication between hotel staff and guests. If we talk about noise control or noise mitigation is a set of strategies to reduce noise pollution or to reduce the impact of that noise, whether outdoors or indoors. Design of exterior walls, party walls and floors and ceiling assemblies, special architectural design for damping sounds in special purpose rooms such as auditoria, concert halls, entertainment and social venues, dining areas, audio recording rooms and meeting rooms. Sound masking is the active addition of noise to reduce the annoyance of certain sounds. Sound insulation prevents the transmission of noise by the introduction of a mass barrier. Common materials have high density property such as brick, thick glass, concrete, metal, etc. For sound absorption, we can say common sound absorption materials include decoupled lead-based tiles, open cell forms and fiberglass. For vibration damping, we can say using vibration damping devices which work by extracting the vibration energy from the thin sheet and dissipating it as heat like sound deadened steel. Another source is vibration isolation, which prevents transmission of vibration energy from a source to a receiver by introducing a flexible element or a physical break such as springs, rubber mounts, cork, etc. Using plastic buckets as a replacement for metal ones, rubber glides under the legs of furniture and padding material like rubber, cork, etc. on the floors. Servicing and repairing equipments and furniture regularly. Now we will discuss about air conditioning. Air conditioning, often termed as AC, HVAC or AC, as heating, ventilation and air conditioning. It refers to any form of technology that modifies the condition of air, heating, cooling or dehumidification, cleaning, ventilating or air movement. It provides comfortable interior environment for humans or animals, cool or dehumidify rooms filled with heat, producing electronic devices such as kitchen, computer services, power amplifiers, display and store artwork, etc. Now we'll discuss about the benefits of air conditioning. It improves comfort level at work and at leisure. It improves job performance of hotel staff. It can result in improved physical and intellectual activity. A lower temperature reduces the presence of insects and parasites. Lower temperature means less sweating, reducing the risk of dehydrating. A clean air conditioning system helps eliminate outer allergens such as pollens. Well-maintained air conditioning systems renew and improve air quality. Now we'll discuss about the risks. Sudden changes in the temperature and humidity affect the respiratory system. It can result in dry skin and mucous membranes. It adds to ambient noise, increasing noise pollution. The air movement can transmit communicable respiratory diseases. Airborne dust and fungi can cause allergic reactions. Air conditioning is connected with persistent rhinitis and pharyngitis, throat irritation and hoarseness. Air conditioning can worsen eye conditions such as conjunctivitis and blepharitis, as well as causing problems for contact lens wearers. Air conditioners often use a fan to distribute the conditioned air to an occupied space, such as a building or a car, to improve the thermal comfort and indoor air quality. Electric refrigerant-based AC units, they range from small units that can cool a small bedroom, which can be carried by a single adult, to massive units installed on a roof of office towers that can cool an entire building. If we talk about refrigeration, in this refrigeration cycle, heat is transported from the colder location to a hotter area. As heat would naturally flow in the opposite direction, the work is required to achieve this. A refrigerator is an example of such a system, as it transports the heat out of the interior and into its environment. The refrigerant is used as a medium which absorbs and removes heat from the space to be cooled and subsequently rejects that heat elsewhere. Circulating refrigerant vapor enters the compressor where its pressure and temperature are increased. The hot, compressed refrigerant vapor is now at a temperature and pressure at which it can be condensed and is routed through the condenser. Here it is cooled by air flowing across the condenser coils and condensed into a liquid. Thus, the circulating refrigerant removes heat from the system and the heat is carried away by the air. The removal of this heat can be greatly augmented by pouring water into the condenser coils, making it much cooler, which it hits the expansion valve. The condensed, pressurized and still usually somewhat hot liquid refrigerant is next routed through an expansion valve, often nothing more than a pinhole in the system's copper tubing, where it undergoes an abrupt reduction in pressure. That pressure reduction results in flash evaporation of a part of the liquid refrigerant, greatly lowering its temperature. The cold refrigerant is then routed through the evaporator. A fan blows the interior warm air, which is to be cooled, across the evaporator, causing the liquid part of the cold refrigerant mixture to evaporate as well as further lowering the temperature. The warm air is therefore cooled and is pumped by an exhaust fan blower into the room. To complete the refrigeration cycle, the refrigerant vapor is routed back into the compressor. In order for the process to have an efficiency, the cooling evaporative portion of the system must be separated by some kind of physical barriers from the heating, condensing portion, and each portion must have its own fan to circulate its own kind of air. It could be either the hot air or the cool air. Modern air conditioning systems are not designed to draw air into the room from the outside. They only recirculate the increasingly cool air on the inside. Now we will discuss about the dehumidifying need for a dehumidifier for hotels. Increase in humidity could affect the interiors of a hotel and direct to concentration and increased moisture on the walls and ceiling exterior. Increasing in humidity and the constant water droplets setting in can harm the decor of rooms, ambience, air artifacts, hotel equipments, tools, etc., as well as furniture and floors. It also induces growth of microbial and fungal growth on the hotel linen, curtains, walls, and dehumidifiers are commonly used in cold, damp climates to prevent mold growth indoors, especially in basements. They are also used to protect sensitive equipments from the adverse effects of excessive humidity in tropical countries. 40% to 60% humidity level is to be maintained by the air conditioner and produce around 2800 cc of fresh air per person per hour. Increase in humidity would crop to problems like smelly, puffy rooms, unhygienic feel, microbial growth, unhygienic cooking, inconvenience to the end consumers, and unpleasant guest experience overall. No guest wants to spoil the leisure time and money in such hotels which they consider to be unhygienic, no matter what kind of other services and luxury a hotel provide them. A specialized air conditioner that is used only for dehumidifying is called dehumidifier. It also uses a refrigeration cycle but differs from a standard conditioner in that both the evaporator and the condenser are placed in the same air path. A standard air conditioner transfers heat energy out of the room because its condenser coil releases heat outside. However, since all components of the dehumidifier are in the same room, no heat energy is removed. Instead, the electric power consumed by the dehumidifier remains in the room as a heat. So, the heat is actually heated just as by an electric heater that draws the same amount of power. If we talk about vitalization, The demand of the highest indoor air quality IAQ, such as temperature, relative humidity, and carbon dioxide, arises when the people are in the hotel rooms, and that is mostly during evenings, or we can say late afternoons and nights. So, if the rooms are ventilated 24 hours per day independently, if they are occupied or not, the energy consumption increase as well as the running cost. Constant air ventilation CAV systems are used for this purpose in many hotels. Now we will discuss about the odor and odor control. Hotels, corporate buildings have a closed and congested surroundings and limited supply of fresh air. It is essential to disinfect the guest rooms, lobbies, corridors, elevators. Without the use of any disinfectant and limited fresh air, and it is very difficult to control indoor air quality. In hotel, the food preparation activity, use of chemicals, linen rooms functions, guest activities, smoking, use of pesticides in gardens, food wastages, new furniture, paints, etc. can cause unpleasant and sometimes unbearable smell in the hotel, making it difficult for the guests to stay in the hotel or for the staff for working smoothly. Besides, these odor problems can be caused due to external activities such as traffic, pollution, or sewage, garbage, plants, etc., which may be uncontrollable for the hotel, but some measurements can be taken by the hotel management. So, it becomes the responsibility of the housekeeping staff to provide the customers and the staff a healthy and fresh environment for stay or work. Now, we need to explain actually what is odor. Odor is a strong, pervasive quality of something that is perceived by a sense of smell. It can be any unpleasant or pleasant smell inside the outdoors. In a hotel property, the mainly observed odors are food, cooking, misty, cigarette, garbage, dead animal, rodent, fire, VOCs, paint cleaning, chemicals, synthetic materials, etc. If we talk about chemical odors, these kind of odors include material used in manufacturing and construction units, cigarettes, natural gas pipe fittings, etc., which normally generated from man-made products. And if we say about biological odors generate from insects and rodent infestation, pet cages, gases emitted by humans and pets, severe gases, leftover food and cooking, etc. So, we need to have something about odor control. For that, the first is use of ozone, the most effective and safe method of removal of mold, fungi, mildew, microinsects, termite, bed bugs, spiders, cockroach, lizards, etc. is oxidizing them with the respective on-stock dose of air ozone. Ozone is the most powerful disinfectant for air treatment as well as for all fresh, frozen and sea fruits. It reaches everywhere in the room by getting mixed in ambient air. Use integrated centralized ozone laundry system with high quality washing in shorter time, less water chemicals and no hot water, highly safe for staffs and clothes. If we talk about exhaust air and garbage room odor control, then we will say sewage treatment plants and garbage collection rooms generate lot of foul odors in surroundings and should be built in the basement. For smoking odor and toxic air control, cigarette smoking, invisible phenolic gases and other toxic gases which travel quickly through air, they cause discomfort to eyes and breathing process, to smokers as well as non-smokers, especially to infants, to pregnant ladies and people suffering in asthma and allergies. These are significantly oxidized by gases and odor and smoke dose of ozone without any side effects. Air ozonators are installed in smoking lounges for the solution. For food court, cafeteria, bar, discotheque, theatre, lobby odor control, we can say odor issues are those derived from cooking, fireplaces, alcohol and cigarette smell, etc. in food court, bar, theatres, banquets halls, gym and lobby, and it is crucially significant to keep the air fresh and well oxygenated. Many times air handling system design limitation of overuse can create discomfort and annoyance for the guests. The ventilation equipments, windows, doors, ceiling, etc. need to be carefully designed in order to let the fresh air enter in and make the atmosphere cool. Clean and open surroundings, and to ensure indoor air quality, oxygen treatment and ozone treatment can be adopted. For air purification, we can say air purification systems destroy molds, particulates, dust mites, pollen, unpleasant odors and allergens and help in reducing harmful contaminants carried by the wind. Air purification process should be continuously carried out in indoor order. For light, we can say lights plays a major role in smoothing the hotel functions as well as decoration. Proper and sufficient lighting helps in developing a fresh, cool, vigorous and positive environment and right atmosphere. Different purposes and tasks such as inviting reception areas, restaurants with an intimate atmosphere, warm and functional bedrooms, professionally equipped conference rooms, sophisticated bars, relaxing wellness areas and energizing fitness suites require different types of and amounts of light. If we say about atmosphere lighting should be balanced in all the areas of hotel that make guests feel both comfortable and relaxed and provide good visibility. For conference lighting, we will say in a meeting and conference rooms, light needs to be variable depending upon the various purposes. Avoid too much light falling in one plane. The entire room should be illuminated, including the walls and the ceiling. Create professionally equipped versatile conference suites which pre-programmable lighting effects. If we discuss about the feature lighting, special need and designing should be kept in consideration in lighting the various areas of the hotel like swimming pool, garden, etc. Splashing patterns and textures of flooding color across large surfaces such as walls, columns or arches either internally or externally can be applied. We need to give special emphasis to outdoor lighting. Accurate lighting is crucial for the ambient of a hotel and restaurant at night, whether small, modern or ancient, glamorous or indigenous. Lighting should match the architecture of hotel property. We must need to give special emphasis to light switches. There are various types of switches commonly used in any hotel according to their various features. Rock switches are easy to operate. Dolly switches are the most frequently used switches in hotels and homes. For cupboards, door switches are used as these turn on and off the lights when the door is opened and closed. Dimmer switches are used as these can vary the amount of light given out by a lamp. These are used to alter the lighting effects according to mood too. Automatic time switches are used for outside lighting, night circuits and security lighting. Now we need to have some emphasis on how are hotels saving energy and resources the green way. In housekeeping, turning off lights, air cons or heaters when rooms are being cleaned or are unoccupied, washing linens and towels at a lower temperature, reporting water leaks as soon as they are discovered. It could be in toilets or taps. And in rooms, installing low flow shower heads and aerators in bathrooms, switching to low flow or dual flush toilets and making sure that toilets flappers are not leaking. As a summary, we could say in any hotel or resort property, it is essential to provide the guest for what he or she has reserved a hotel room or service. The quiet atmosphere and sound sleep, relaxation, fresh and positive environment are the key expectations a guest have when he or she makes a visit to any hotel. The key hindrances that can spoil the visit and experience of the guest, such as noise, either internal or external, humidity, unpleasant odor, smells in various parts of hotel, lack of ventilation and insufficient lighting, etc. Noise pollution, sources of noise, the measurements to control noise, etc. have been discussed in this chapter. Heating, ventilation and air conditioning have been focused here in the details. Exhaust air and garbage room odor control, food court, cafeteria, bar, discotheque, theatre, lobby odor control, etc. are being emphasized. Proper and sufficient lighting helps in developing a fresh, cool, vigorous and positive environment and right atmosphere, and a hotel is responsible for providing such ambient and services for guests. Thank you very much.